Good afternoon and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster Alton Towers. It's been a couple of days since last episode. I'm very sorry for that, but I've been preoccupied with something else. Now in today's Planet Coaster episode, we are going to be doing a lot of scenery work. There's not really going to be any buildings. It's literally just the front lawns area and all the trees around the towers. Just literally just scenery work basically. And to be honest, the project is starting to come to an end now. Phase 1A is almost complete. Literally all there's left to do is battle galleons and the car park up by Tower Street, and that's it. It's done and it can be released to the workshop, so we're getting really close to the end now. Anyway, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing, because it helps out the channel a lot more than you think. And if you're not on our Discord server, then do join the Discord server. Of course, there's an invite link in the comments and the description. With that being said, let's get into today's time lapse. So then, for the first part of today's video, I'm going to be doing these sort of side bricks here that are like placed all around the towers complex. They are literally everywhere. I couldn't leave them out, to be honest, because it'll be quite weird and quite odd to leave them out. So just to talk a bit about the path in Planet Coaster, of course, the actual path in real life is kind of like sort of tarmac. It's mainly used as a road sometimes, I think. I think they've had coaches go up there, a lot of maintenance vehicles go along these paths, because you know they are basically roads really, with these side bricks as like sort of a pavement really. Now just to comment on the paths in Planet Coaster once again, yeah, they're horrible. We all know the drill. Frontier has made a completely unrealistic and horrible game here, but it's the only one out there, so you know we have to play it. So with that being said, I am going to have these parts as just the brick ones, the darker ones you're seeing there, the brick ones, because they just look nicer than the lighter ones I was using, and yeah, it just fits better really. Just editing a bit more of the path really. And something to talk about whilst I'm doing this is Rita's reopening and 13's reopening as well. Of course, when Alton Towers reopened a few weeks ago, not a few weeks ago, but about a week and a half ago or so, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really been counting the days. So when Alton Towers reopened, of course not every single ride reopened. There was a lot of closures. The entire back section of the park behind the towers was completely closed off. It was something quite intriguing to see, because we all know that Gangster Granny would ride and the Alton Towers dungeons would open. We were unsure on whether Hex would reopen, but I don't think anyone was expecting Rita to be closed. But apparently with Rita, it has the same problem as 13, where it needs a certain amount of weight in the train in order to be dispatched, which is quite peculiar, because there's a video out there when 13 first opened and they had press events and everything, and it was literally just 2 people in the train with nothing else there. I don't know if maybe they had weights in that train, but there is a video out there where it's an empty train and just 2 people in there. I'm not really sure, but yeah, they've ordered weights and they are being delivered. Of course, it was already delivered for Rita, so that's reopened now, and apparently they're getting some for 13. So it's good that they've got you know, solutions to the problems of 13 and Rita. Of course, Alton Towers dungeons aren't expected to be open anytime soon. Not really sure on Hex. I mean, I have an idea of how they could operate Hex with reduced capacity and maybe put down markers in the pre-shows and, you know, just operate it like that, but it would probably be too much hassle. So it's maybe got the same reason as the dungeons. You know, it's just too much hassle to reopen it basically. Now of course, Gangster Granny the Ride, we all know that's been delayed until next year. And interestingly, they just took it completely off the map. They did a Smiler really, a Smiler 2015, when they refused to believe that the ride existed. And that's what they're doing right now with Gangster Granny. It's completely been removed from all the marketing, all the branding. I mean, of course, obvious reasons, but it's just a bit weird sometimes to, you know that area is up there and it's just completely been removed from the map, all the branding and everything. It's just a bit weird. So right here I'm doing the trees in front of the towers, and these trees are absolutely gorgeous. They're part of the gardens really, and unfortunately they're not in Planet Coaster. You don't have those trees in Planet Coaster. It's really annoying, which means I'm having to resort to a lot of workshop items. This isn't just N7's tree pack here. There's a bunch of workshop items. I've also modified a few trees from N7's tree pack as well, like the thicker ones you're seeing to the right and to the left there. You know, those are modified ones. just to try and make it look as realistic as possible, and yeah, it still doesn't look like the real life trees. And it's really annoying, to be honest, because the trees in game are so brightly coloured. They are so like oversaturated, that's the word, saturated. And it's just annoying that Frontier went for this cartoony look for Planet Coaster instead of like a realism look. Actually no, it is realistic. Like, what am I saying? I have no idea. But you know, we have to work around these things, and like I said before, this recreation isn't going to be perfect. It's not going to be completely accurate. There's always already, I'm really losing my words here, there's already a lot of inaccuracies in Phase 1A alone, partly due to the towers placement. I think I placed the towers a bit too high up, so the hill leading up to the towers is a lot steeper than it actually is in real life, and I actually realised that just too late. I realised it way too late, and there's no way I can change it now because I placed down all the scenery, all the paths, and X sector coincides with it as well. So if I wanted to change the height from sea level of the towers, I would have to just change everything basically. So here I'm actually just starting the pathway between Spinboards and X sector. Of course, there's nothing really on this pathway during Scarefest. I mean, this sometimes is open for scare mazes. I think this is the pathway that used to have Zombie Scare Zone, or was that behind the trees? I think that was behind the trees, I'm not entirely sure. But of course it had Freak Show as well on this pathway a few years ago. And it's a shame that Alton Towers doesn't have any scare zones or Scarefest anymore. However, this year, there are a few rumours, these probably aren't true, but there are rumours going around that they are setting up a scare zone, in Dark Forest. Now of course we've already had scare zones in Dark Forest in the past, so I imagine it's not going to be completely different to those, but if the rumours are true that they're planning a scare zone for Dark Forest, then great. And to be honest, they probably do have to resort to other solutions other than scare mazes, because we still don't know if scare mazes are happening. Of course, in the Jack Silverstone video where he went to Thorpe Park and previewed it, he did ask the question about Fright Nights and scare mazes, and the answer was it's going to be different. It's definitely not going to be the traditional Halloween event that we all know, so it'll be interesting to see what they do basically. Here I'm just starting the bridge that goes from Mutiny Bay up to the Towers area. I hated doing this bridge. Those that were in the voice call in the Discord server when I was building this will understand how much I hated this bridge. I really hate doing these midway sort of builds that aren't really rides, they're not really anything major, they're just there and I have to build them. And I know I shouldn't be saying stuff like this, but sometimes when you've been recreating something for so long, stuff gets annoying. Really, it gets annoying, it gets boring, and you know, I just plow through with it. A lot of people ask, how do I keep myself so motivated? The truth is I don't. I literally just plow through with it whether or not I'm feeling up to it or not, and I try to get a video out almost every day, to be honest. But with that being said, it is the end of today's video. We are coming up to the end. There's a few more minutes of time-lapse footage and cinematic footage at the end that you didn't see at the start, so do stay tuned for that to the end of the video. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing, because it helps out the channel a lot more than you think, and join the Discord server as well. There is an invite link in the description and the comments. That being said, thank you very much for watching today's video, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.